Hi, kindergarten friends. It's time for today's interactive read aloud. And today's story is called Lost. It was written and illustrated by David McPhail. Today we are going to begin text set 9, which talks about the importance of kindness. Boys and girls, look at the front cover of our book. We see two characters. Can you tell me, who do you think this character is? It looks like a little boy, and here we have a big bear. And from the front cover, do you think that the characters are in the city or the country? Yeah, it looks like they're in the city because we see big buildings in the background. And this is a street sign with street names. It says Charles Street and Beacon Street. Well, let's read about this book, Lost. This page here is called the end paper. It's at the beginning of a book and at the end of a book. And this says Kiko's Fine Snacks. And look at the driver. Looks like he's changing his tire. He probably had a flat tire, and so he's changing it. And we see one of our characters from the front peeking around a tree. Yeah, right there. Lost by David McPhail. Uh-oh, I already see something happening right there. What does it look like is happening? Those look like bear legs. It looks like the bear is trying to get into the snack truck. I am walking down the street when I hear some crying. So I am the reader, boys and girls. I'm reading the words, but who do you think is telling the story? Yeah, this little boy. He looks lost and afraid. The tall buildings scare him, and he's never seen so many people. He's talking about the bear. Oh, you know what? I totally missed the beginning of the book. Let me start that part over. At the top, I didn't see it. It says, it's a bear. He looks lost and afraid. The tall buildings scare him, and he's never seen so many people. There, that makes a little bit more sense. Don't worry, I tell him. The buildings won't hurt you, and most of the people are friendly. Can you tell that the bear is still in the back of the truck? We see the tail lights and the license plate. How did you get here? I ask. I climbed in to have a nap, he explains. And when I woke up, I was lost. I'll help you. Tell me where you live. There are trees where I live, he tells me. So we find some trees. More trees, he says, and water. I take him to a place where there are more trees and water too. No, he says, this is not it either. Where are they, boys and girls? Yeah, they're at a fountain, probably in a city park. I have an idea. Follow me, I say. I take him to a tall building. We go inside, get on the elevator, and ride all the way to the top. From up here, we can see the whole city. Look, I say, now we can find your home. There it is, he says, pointing. Boys and girls, do you think this was a good idea? Yeah, the boy had a really good idea, and they were able to use this to zoom in like binoculars do, and see far away. Down we go across the streets and into the park. The park is not the bear's home after all. But he likes it there. We go for a boat ride. We have lunch. And we go to the playground. We are having a good time. I can tell they're having a good time because the bear is smiling, and so is the boy. He looks happy. Look at his hat. Blew right off his head. But it is getting late, and the bear is still lost. He's not looking so happy. How do you think he looks in this picture? He's looking more tired, run down a little bit, maybe sad even. Let's try the library, I tell him. We can find out anything here. Inside the library, we look through lots of books. The bear sees a picture that looks like his home. We find the place on a map and hurry outside. This is a special kind of map. It's called a globe. A bus is leaving. We get on the bus and ride for a long time. You think it's funny that nobody notices that a gigantic bear is sitting on the bus with a little boy? Silly, isn't it? Finally, we are there. This is where I live, says the bear. He gives me a hug and thanks me again for my help. Then he waves goodbye and disappears into the forest. Boys and girls, I want to stop for just a second, and I want you to predict what you think is going to happen next. What do you think is going to happen now that the bear went back into the woods? Let's find out. The trees are so tall and there aren't any people. Wait, I called to the bear. Come back. I think I'm lost, I tell him. Don't worry, he says. Friends, what do you think the bear is going to do? You think he's going to help the boy? Let's see, we have one page left in our book. I will help you. Why do you think the bear said that he would help the boy? The boy helped him when he needed him, didn't he? When he was lost at the beginning, the boy stopped what he was doing to help the bear. Very good. Do you think that they became friends? Yeah, they had fun together and played together. Even though the bear was lost when he was in the city, I think he had a good time in the city, didn't he? He enjoyed it. So at the beginning of the story, we notice that the bear goes into the truck. Why do you think the bear goes into the snack truck? Do you remember what he told the boy? He told the boy that he was tired and wanted to take a nap. Do you think that this story would have been different if the bear had not gotten into the truck? Yeah, yeah, he would never have met the boy if he didn't get lost in the city, and he wouldn't have made a new friend in the story. Think about how the bear felt when he was lost in the city. How did he feel? He was scared, sad, lonely, afraid. How do you think the boy felt when the bear walked away from him in the forest? Yeah, he felt all of those emotions. He felt the same way. And so the bear offered to help the boy just like the boy had helped him. So, our story starts off with a lost bear, but it ends with a lost boy. So the problem changes and kind of switches roles, where the bear is lost in the city at the beginning, and the boy helps him find his way home. And then at the end, the boy is lost in the forest, and the bear is going to help him find his way home. Do you think this story is fiction? Or not a true story? Or is it a true story, which we call nonfiction? It's fiction. And why would it be fiction? Yeah, bears can't really talk to boys, can they? But it was a very good story about kindness and friendship. I hope you enjoyed our story today. And I hope that you can see how a little kindness from the boy really changed the bear's life. Have a great day.